us all dumb down and hope that they will never see the truth around. Another promise, another scene, another package lie to keep us trapped in greed. Another green bells wrapped around our minds, an endless red tape to keep the truth confined. They will not force us. They will stop degrading us. They will not control us. We will be victorious.
Hello, everybody. Give me
Good
1
evening.
second. I'm trying to adjust my weird ass fucking screen. I don't know what the fuck. And even my blind ass knows that something's wrong.
It looks better than it did.
Well, yeah, I mean, before pieces of my face were missing, so. Ay, Dios mío.
Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay. Great, wait. No, that doesn't help. No, that doesn't. I feel like a fucking ghost. What the hell? This is what happens when
Spooky.
I have no like money. It's just like, oh, a $10 green screen? Yes! Thank you! Literally $9.99. I'm bougie as hell. Bougie as hell. Let me see if I can put a different background on. I don't understand because it wasn't giving me fucking issues last week. Let me see here.
Maybe it's your lights.
No, I have my lights the same. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I just found out what it was.
Thanks for joining, everyone.
Yeah,
had
the
9
show
people.
will get
Now
good
we
at
have
some
8.
point, I think. But this is entertaining, right? You can see my spare bedroom. Wait. Okay. All right.
I can work with that.
It's a little better. All right. Still looks weird, but I will fuck with it later because we have a lot to talk about.
We do.
But, there's a lot of heavy shit going on this week as usual, but like this week it's extra heavy. But I do want to say, I want to start it off on like kind of a positive note. I just saw the film One Love tonight about Bob Marley. We went to the theater and I highly recommend it. It was beautifully done. What a wonderful, beautiful soul he was. And I have 2 things when I go to see biopics, like I have 2 things. Number 1, does the family approve? And I could say that Ziggy and Bob's wife were involved with the making of the movie. So that's amazing. Gotcha. But then my other issue is always, do they show the person as this deity? They've died, so they've done no wrong and stuff. They didn't. Yeah. He had his flaws. So to me, those 2 things are dire when I watch, a biography. And it was wonderful. And of course, the music, I may have been dancing in the theater with my husband, may or may not. I don't know if they have cameras. I don't know. But it was just a really good film. So I would definitely suggest people check it out. But anyway, we've gone to see films the past 5 weeks in a row because it's Oscar season, and we have like kind of an obsession with films. Our room downstairs, we always said if we got a house, we would have a film room. So our room downstairs has all of our favorite films and in framed pictures and red velvet ropes and like just, it's really awesome stuff that we've collected. And so we like getting dressed up and being silly for the Oscars. But my pick this year, One Love is for next year. My pick this year is oh my God, American Fiction. Oh my God. If you guys don't like shit libs, which you probably don't if you're watching, that film, holy fuck. That film is one of the best films I've ever seen. Phenomenal, hilarious, profound, all at the same time. Check it out. It is awesome. I love it so much.
Okay. Looks cool.
Definitely check it out. But in any case, so a lot has happened this week. Yesterday, I'm going to talk about it. We're going to need to talk about it in regard to, Twitter, or excuse me, Twitter, YouTube, all of those places are very, they censor a lot. You have to say things like unalived themselves.
Yep.
Things like that. You can't say certain words. So we're going to talk about Adam, but number one, I'm not going to show the video. And number one, because I clicked on it yesterday, I didn't know what it was. It was just someone I followed. They put Air Force veteran does a strong act of protest. So I click on the video, and what I think is he's going to the Israeli consulate and he's going to take off his uniform and burn it. That's what I think, or something like, or take it off and say, I resign, or something with the uniform. That's what I thought. It didn't say trigger warning. It said nothing. And I clicked on it and I watched the video and I was up throwing up. I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
It was
How do you sleep after watching that?
fucking things. It was just, so I refuse to watch that video again. I refuse to hear that video again. And yes, I saw the one that was bleeped out, and it doesn't matter. But I do want to talk about Adam, because I think that is,
You mean Aaron?
Or yeah, Aaron. I think that it's, very.
I only know that because I'm looking at the article right now.
It's, I lost my my veteran cousin to, unaliving himself, which 22 veterans do every single day. And so that maybe that was one of the reasons that it hit so hard. But also, of course, we all associate the Vietnam gentleman who did it as well. And it really it's the most extreme kind of protest. What's that say?
A broken heart emoji.
Yeah. I mean, it is heartbreaking, but at the same time, like, I don't want people to take this the wrong way and say like I condone it or like encourage it or something like that. But I do think it's an act of bravery. I mean, I do. It's
bravery. Desperation. Like,
it's, look, I'm sacrificing myself because I want attention brought to this. I can't live with myself for being part of this anymore. Like,
yep.
That takes balls. Like, no, it might not be something you or I would do, but I can't.
I've thought about it, but I've never. Yeah, that takes balls.
It's like very much the that's a hill I'll die on. Like, I keep thinking of that, that saying, and it's like, you know, you want like your last words to be something that are so profound and something you're so passionate about it. And people are really resonating with what he did. And actually, he's the second person who did that in front of the Israeli consulate. There was another gentleman who did it 2 months ago. He survived. But yeah, so, but I did put a video. It's not the video, but I did put a video of this newscaster woman talking about it.
Yeah, it says MSNBC covered the death of Aaron Bushnell for all of 45 seconds, while a graphic of the Israeli flag plays in the background. They then cut to the suicide hotline in an attempt to brush it off as just a mental health crisis. Like, you know, we all have bad days.
Yeah.
Let's play this clip.
We have an update now on a truly tragic incident in Washington, D.C. Yesterday, 25-year-old Aaron Bushnell of San Antonio, Texas, the active duty airman in the U.S. Air Force who set himself on fire outside the Israeli embassy in an apparent protest against the Israel-Hamas war, has died. That identification made by Metropolitan Police here. Bushnell filmed his own self-immolation on his cell phone, yelling, "Free Palestine," before collapsing to the ground outside the embassy. He was rushed to the hospital for treatment, but later succumbed to his injuries. And if you or someone you know is in crisis, call or text 988.
Did y'all see that Israeli flag
and crisis
right
lifeline
behind her? Look at that shit.
Look at that
shit.
You know,
Are
it's
you
the
fucking kidding me?
it's
The
the
Israel-Hamas
war. I love how they call it whatever they want to call it, don't they?
It's, how about the Israel humanity war, the Israel innocent civilian war, like it's the genocide because it's not a war. But yeah, the beautiful Israeli flag there. Wonderful.
No, I'm sure that's a coincidence, Joy. They wouldn't.
Oh my God, yeah, obviously. Obviously. Just happened to be up there.
Mm-hmm.
I did, you know what? I'm gonna send you this real quick. I was able to just find here's his quote so we can read it. Actually I can just read it. So this is his full quote. If you haven't seen the video, I'm sure you have, but just in case, he stated, "I will no longer be complicit in genocide. I'm about to engage in an extreme act of protest. But compared to what people have been experiencing in Palestine at the hands of their colonizers, it is not extreme at all. This is what our ruling class has decided will be normal." That's, and you know, someone pointed it out and it's actually made me more upset. So I apologize. And I know this is really fucking rough. And that warning they showed, that was absolutely appropriate. It should have been shown. But you know, someone pointed out on Twitter that there was a moment when Aaron looked at peace. He almost had like this little bit of a smile when he saw and it wasn't a smirk. It wasn't a ha ha.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, my message is getting across to somebody now. Finally.
Yeah,
oh my God, finally. It must feel so great to know, like, finally it's getting across to somebody somewhere is going to hear. Hear me.
And it's like, he wasn't mad. He wasn't crazy. He wasn't screaming and hysterical. And no, He wasn't. He was perfectly calm.
Yeah.
And that's, I just got goosebumps. That's, I think, what's, and people saying mental illness. Well, first of all, a lot of vets have mental illness. Guess what? I hate to fucking break it to you. But
Yeah.
it's beyond that. It's because he acknowledged that he was part of the very entity that is committing these crimes. And that is so powerful. Instead of just obeying, because, freaking people like in Israel, they are arresting people who are refusing to join the military. They are arresting them.
Yeah.
If you drop out of the military, you will be arrested. You will be hunted down. Like, you have a dishonorable discharge, but also what you're doing is fucking illegal. You can't just withdraw from that. It's like that whole thing, like you have to shoot yourself in the foot so you can go out like honorably discharged. It's insanity. So I can't, I can understand. I can't truly understand, but I understand when someone has those feelings of, I am being complicit. And those are the words that he used. I am being complicit in this by being in the Air Force. How can you not have empathy for that? So many of these kids join the service because they want free free college and a job. That's why they're
basic stuff. It's basic stuff that they want.
Yeah. It's like, oh, well, I'm going to be set up for the future. I don't have to stay in there forever, and then before you know it, guess what? You have to go here, there. You have to start unaliving people. You have to, and it's just, I think it's much different. Now, the only people enrolling to go in the military are fucking nuts. But usually the people who are the most like, let's go to war, you will never see them enlist. Never.
Me neither.
If you're all about it, go on the front lines. Do what you need to do.
Yep. We have a comment that says, much love, y'all. Thank you.
So we do have some other stuff on Palestine, of course, but we have other stuff coming up as well. What else do I have on Palestine? Oh, Biden made a statement today while he was eating ice cream.
Oh, yeah, here we go. He's doing the fucking meme. Of course he is. Here we go.
Can you give us a sense of when you think that ceasefire will start, sir? Well, I hope by the beginning of the weekend. The end of the weekend. At least my national security advisor tells me that we're close. We're close. It's not done yet. And my hope is by next Monday, we'll have a ceasefire.
Right after Monday. All right.
Okay.
Good. I feel confident in that.
So the interesting thing is, you're the president and you can kind of say ceasefire now. Well, he probably can because he can't even fucking talk. But
did he say the word ceasefire?
What's that?
Did he say the word ceasefire?
Surprisingly, yes.
He did. Okay.
Surprising. Yeah, you could play it again just in case people missed it.
Yeah, let's play it one more. It's only 22 seconds. He doesn't talk much.
Can you give us a sense of when you think that ceasefire will start, sir? Well, I hope by the beginning of the weekend. The end of the weekend. At least my national security advisor tells me that we're close. We're close. It's not done yet. And my hope is by next Monday, we'll have a ceasefire.
Yeah, he says ceasefire. Right there at the end.
So here's the thing. There's so many issues with that. Number one,
Yeah.
he's waiting from permission for someone else.
He's the commander in chief, right? Isn't he the commander in chief?
Well, that's what his name tag says. I don't fucking know. I don't know why we have to go for job interviews when this motherfucker can't even say one sentence and he's fucking president. It's bananas, but why does he need permission from someone? Also, yeah, I think for sure he said the quiet part out loud. He should never have used the word ceasefire. I'm glad he did, but he shouldn't have. And his staff is probably like, no. But
he said he's hoping for one. He doesn't.
Right.
He didn't.
That's another issue. I'm hoping by the weekend, maybe Monday, dude.
Next Monday, at the end of the weekend, next weekend, he's not communicating well.
How many more thousands by then? Like, please tell us. And
yeah,
not to mention the U.S. just voted down the fourth ceasefire, the fourth fucking time. The United States, the sole fucking country who's stopping a ceasefire. And the thing is, Israel loves the United States. We give them lots of money. Lots of money. Okay? Israel does not dislike the United States. If Joe Biden actually said the words ceasefire now, Israel would fucking do it. Israel would fucking do it because of the fact that we would have them by the balls because we give them so much fucking money. They are going to listen to him. I am 100% confident.
Yeah.
But he's not saying it.
He won't say it. Why would he say it?
Well, and there's another, actually we can show this. I have another clip where as you guys probably know, Michigan is the state in the country with the highest Arab population. And Biden is doing his best to go there and talk with people to see how he can win their vote. And by saying how he can win their vote, I mean telling them they need to vote for him.
Yeah. It says DNC in panic mode. Corporate media stunned to watch 5 Michigan voters turn on Joe Biden in front of her eyes. We are not stupid enough to elect you again. I'm willing to punish Biden. Wow. Okay, let's play the clip. Interesting. I have not watched this yet.
Halfway forward for you with Biden?
Oh, absolutely not. You cannot keep killing people with our money and just keep thinking that, oh, we are stupid enough to elect you again because we'll fall in line. We'll forget. This is an insult to me as a voter.
For you, Biden has a pathway forward.
Biden has a pathway forward. It's not.
And what does that look like?
That is him calling for a permanent and immediate ceasefire. The straightforward, simple answer for the Biden administration is push for a ceasefire, stop aiding Israel in their war crimes, and I guarantee you there are enough people who would be willing to deal with it and vote for the man. It is, in so many words, insane to me to have the Democratic Party and the Biden administration sit here and essentially say, if Trump happens, it's your fault.
If you don't want a Trump presidency, then are you not worried about what he could do domestically to this country?
I am, it's like a vaccine. I'm willing to take short-term pain for a long-term gain. I'm willing to let go of Joe Biden and oppose Joe Biden, make him a one-term president, punish Joe Biden by making him a one-term president and pairing his loss with the genocide in Gaza.
Why is having a Trump presidency more important than those people's lives?
Yeah.
Why is our democracy more important than thousands of men, women, and children being killed?
Nailed it.
Wow.
I'm trying to find, I did a poll.
Is there a pathway?
where I asked people, is there anything that Biden could do to get you to vote for him? Here, is this it? Let's see. Okay, here we go. All right, Matt, I am sending it to you.
Okay.
I don't know. Did you see my poll?
I don't know.
That's
No.
what she
I don't think so.
That's what she said. All right, let me see here. Yeah, like this is insanity. I just sent it to you on Twitter. Okay, so do you already have it up? Damn, you
Yeah.
fast.
I'm trying to zoom in. It's being stupid.
The thing is, these things are anonymous. Do I know it was really non-Democrats? Do I know it's really people I would actually talk to myself and not a bunch of Biden bros? No, I don't. Because I want to know who these people who said yes are. There were a couple of them, but the people who were in the comments were like, he would have to do free Assange, climate, free college, UBI, Medicare for all, and obviously they were being facetious. Yeah, he could win my vote if he did all this. Well, he ain't even going to do one of those things.
No.
So things like that. But I don't know. I didn't see, there were over 100 comments. I did not see one that was like, he can, even like a ceasefire. Because the thing is,
yeah,
there's already over 30,000 people. What the fuck are you gonna do now? Oh, cool, because it's like
Biden doesn't have to. He doesn't have to do anything for those people because he's not Trump. So he just wins by default.
Exactly. It's just like
you can't
that
get through to those people.
She was doing the interview and she said, well, what if Trump made, people say that. Well, what if Trump didn't call for a ceasefire? Well, guess what? It probably wouldn't. But here's the difference. Biden is president. Trump's not. Biden's the one who has been doing this shit for over 4 fucking months. Biden's the one that has been giving them the money and the weapons, not Trump. So is Trump garbage? Yup. Is Biden garbage? Yup. They both are. More than one person can be garbage at the same time. So that whole people act like we haven't heard the same fucking things a million times. But what about Trump? Look, you are wasting your fucking time. I don't care what you say. I am not voting for him ever.
But Trump.
And then, these fucking blue MAGA people are nuts. Because, I put in the comment of that, I put the only way I would vote for Joe Biden is if I died and someone stole my ID. And this guy responded, done, ! And I'm like, what?
Oh, as if he's gonna
psycho.
He's gonna get you.
That was when I was protesting for Palestine out in the rain and snow for over 4 fucking hours. And I was like, it's a miracle I didn't get pneumonia. And people were in the comments like, try harder next time and stuff like that. Or like, damn, I gotta pray harder. Things like, and I'm like, oh my God, Israel supporters are fucking mean and gross and lack humanity and lack empathy, obviously. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, for fuck's sake. Hell no.
Hell no. Hell no. What else we got?
Well, I think we could talk about Kid Rock if you want.
Ugh.
Kid
God,
Rock has.
he looks, my husband just said to me, he looks like your dirty uncle. And I was like, you know what? And he didn't mean mine. I don't have uncles like that. But
Just
I was like, you
your
know
generic.
what? He does. Like,
Yeah, he looks
is
just
so
like my.
greasy.
He looks just like one of my uncles.
Oh my God. He just looking at him makes me want to have a fucking hepatitis shot. He is so fucking greasy and disgusting. All right. Let's
Awesome,
see
good.
what he has to say.
Yeah, let's see.
I don't disagree with what Israel's doing. It's like they should just go in there and be like, you know what? We want our hostages back. If we don't have them back, clock starts now in fucking 24 hours. We're going to start bombing motherfuckers and killing fucking civilians. 30, 40,000 a fucking time.
What the?
So you civilians better fucking pack up and fucking get these fucking motherfuckers and you go against Hamas. You fucking go against them. We're not playing fucking games with you. But that's
Yeah,
the
but the
only
problem
thing
is the
people understand.
civilians are
This is
not
what happened in
armed.
Nagasaki and Hiroshima. I don't disagree with.
Oh, what the
So,
fuck?
like, what you're saying is what's happening should happen. That's what you're saying. They should go in and say they're going after Hamas and start blowing up civilians. That is what's happening, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, and he's proud of it. He has such patriotism for Israel for some
know.
reason. Why?
Oh
Is he
my
getting
God.
paid? How
So
much is he getting
fucking
paid?
gross.
It is
And that's
nasty.
the thing that's so crazy. Like, when people get so incensed when we say Democrats are so much like Republicans, but like
People
this is
understand.
Yeah.
what the fuck is different about Democrats saying Israel's, doing self-defense and what he's saying? What the fuck is the difference? Yes, it's, the verbiage is different, but what the fuck is different? Nothing.
Yeah. Wow.
He's
So
gross.
Joe Rogan will just talk to any old person, won't he?
Probably, but you know what? I'm cool with it. I've interviewed people I don't like, and I might be doing it again tomorrow night. But that remains to be seen. Tomorrow night, I will have my dear friend Scott Smith on. Again, he's the independent scientist who's been helping a lot in East Palestine, Ohio. The town hall I organized for this Friday, I'm going back, number 4. He will be speaking along with a special guest who I'm finally gonna fucking announce tomorrow. And Scott may be bringing someone with him tomorrow night who, if he comes, you're gonna want to tune in because I'm not the biggest fan.
Don't say that.
But
All right.
look, I'll talk to anyone. I don't fucking care. I'll talk.
Yep.
I think it's
Good.
boring to only talk to people you agree with. I think that's boring. I think we learn from talking to people that we have disagreements with, and as far as that goes.
Yep.
Except if people are being like gaslighty and like, ignorant and, refusing to believe and being like, no, Democrats are all great. They can do no wrong and stuff. If we're having an actual conversation, I can do that. So, but it's my show. So if this person's a twat waffle, I'm hitting the boop button. But anyway, follow me on Twitter to see.
Hey, I have a Trudeau clip, I guess.
Oh yeah, this was a gem. Well, this is
defending-
about Ukraine, but yeah, whatever. The war machine.
We need to see a cease. We need to see a humanitarian pause so we can flow. We need to see ceasing of.
Sverige och EU står enat i att Israel har rätt till försvar.
There is no moral equivalence. We are not the victims. Sorry, we are the victims. We are not the aggressor. Sorry.
But I can tell you that we are not targeting anyone else in Gaza but civilians. Hamas is but rather terrorists, of course.
Of course.
And I would like to use the rest of my time to say how appalled I am that people are bringing up the Holocaust. Do not use other genocides to describe this one. I have been. Oh.
We need.
Oh my God, I can't. It's so great. It's so fucking great.
He can't say the word ceasefire.
Cease. We need to see a humanitarian pause so we can flow. We need to see ceasing of.
Okay. All right.
It's so good.
People.
Who posted this? I want to give them a shout out. What's their name? It's like hot something. Hotspot.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think they are like a pretty new Twitter. At least I just found them like maybe a month ago. They post the best shit, you guys. If you are on Twitter, Hotspot, their videos, like.
Yeah, we have quite a few links
time.
from them today.
I don't have time to like go through clips and mash them up, and I don't have the skill either, but they are so amazing. So shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah, sad day, a Rothschild has died.
Oh, you want to talk about Rothschild? Let's do it. Well, first, there exists a group of people who mourn the death of the second guy more than the first guy. Don't trust that group of people.
Also a great account to follow. But yeah, I mean, like I clicked on Rest in Power, right? So I clicked on it, and when I clicked on it, stuff about Rothschild is coming up. What the fuck? Because I was posting Rest in Power, you know? And I'm like, what the fuck? Dude has been in power his whole fucking life. That's the problem. They don't know anything but power. And they call him a financier. It's like, no, he's not a fucking financier. Whenever people say that about like fucking Epstein and stuff, disgraced financier.
Disgraced British financier, Lord Jacob Rothschild.
Lord.
Don't forget the Lord. It's very important.
Lord.
He finally died. He finally died. And I get to say that. I get to say it on camera. It feels good to say that.
I finally
His family is
thought.
His family is so rich and powerful, they created their own fake country called today the State of Israel. May he now burn in some of the deeper rings of hell. Let's play this. Well, it's 3 minutes. Let's see.
In modern Jewish history, and it begins with 3 words. Dear Lord Rothschild.
Dear Lord Rothschild, I have much pleasure in conveying to you, on behalf of His Majesty's government, the following declaration of sympathy with Jewish Zionist aspirations, which has been submitted to and approved by the Cabinet.
Why was it that this letter was sent by the Foreign Secretary to your great uncle Walter?
It's an interesting question because it was primarily a movement from Eastern Europe, but they didn't clarify who was in charge of that movement. And in addition, it was after all in Great Britain. So they felt that the Rothschild family should be the one to whom it was addressed. And Walter was Lord Rothschild, and he was a Zionist. And those really are the background reasons.
So Walter received the Balfour Declaration, and I have a copy here. And I wonder if I could possibly ask you to read it for us.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Yes,
it's quiet. Let me get my glasses out.
His Majesty's government
hate
with
I hate
favour
all of this so
the
far.
establishment of Palestine of a national home for the Jewish people, and will use their best endeavours to facilitate the achievement of this object, it being clearly understood that nothing shall be done which may prejudice the civil and religious rights of existing non-Jewish communities in Palestine, or the rights and political status enjoyed by Jews in any other country. I should be grateful if you would bring this declaration to the knowledge of the Zionist Federation.
Wow, look at that fancy.
Yours, Arthur Balfour.
And here it is, the Balfour Declaration. What do you feel when you see it here?
I genuinely feel it's one of the most extraordinary moments in the history of the Jewish people. If you think it took 3,000 years to get to this, and then you say, how did this miracle happen? It's the most incredible piece of opportunism. I mean, if you think you had an impoverished would-be scientist, Chaim Weizmann, who somehow gets to England, meets a few people, including members of my family, seduces them. He has such great charm and conviction. He gets to Balfour, and he unbelievably persuades Balfour and Lloyd George, the Prime Minister, and most of the ministers, that this idea of the national home for Jews
Okay, you can shut
should
this
be allowed
off.
to take
I'm gonna
place. I mean,
vomit.
so
Like, get to the point, old man. What are you trying to say?
So
Has he doesn't ever.
the Zionist
I'm gonna take the paper. I want to light the paper on fire. I don't care how old it is, how important it is.
It's absolutely exquisite. Oh
Yeah.
my.
Here's a comment from Twitter. Jam Sonata says they are the most successful criminals.
That's
Yeah.
very true.
Yep, they've
That's why the
legitimized it.
fucking Clintons love them. Anyone the Clintons are friends with is like, yeah, no.
Alright,
Oh
I don't want to see his face anymore, so I'm gonna close that.
no, he's scary. He talks like, okay, like, you know, I'm just a bear on Capitol Hill.
Yeah, yeah.
I do that too well. That's like one of the only impersonations I can do. But that's kind of what he sounds like. Oh.
All right, we got a few more quick things here. Jamal Bowman. Our
Now,
goal is to
before
make
we
sure
play
that.
Before
Go
we
ahead.
play this, I want to
Yeah.
remind people that remember when Cori Bush was like so brave and did that thing where she hung out on the Capitol steps in a chair with, you know, her coat on and a boom box, and she was like, you know, one of us, and she stayed outside the entire night to say that people shouldn't be unhoused, and then like never talked about it again. Waited until, you know, the bill was passed until she said something. And well, I just want to remind people that Jamal Bowman showed up to that in a Wu-Tang shirt. I was like, oh my God.
That's professional.
Like, you cannot be
That's on
both
purpose.
people.
Yeah.
You cannot be someone who understands us. Like, ODB probably would have spit in his face. Like, let's just be real, because what? So you can't be like two people. You can't be like, I'm so, you know, hip and cool, and then also be like completely oppressing people. So yeah, this is, in case you guys didn't hear about this, the Democrats have actually created a hip hop caucus.
We're in clown world at this point. I thought that was fake. I thought that was some AI bullshit when I saw
Trust
that.
me, I looked it up because I was like, a hip hop caucus, because everyone's
too
been
crazy
talking
to
about
be
it on
real.
all the news channels. What's that?
That's too crazy to be real. It's too on the nose.
I know.
Right? It's like obviously
So like even MSM, like you just see clips nonstop. How do we get young black males to the poll? Because, you know,
Right.
and a lot of, you know, people of color say they only care about us when it comes down to voting time.
and they only care about scaring white people into thinking, oh no, all the black people are gonna scaring the racist white people, I should say. I live in Ohio. There's a lot of racist white people around here. I know how they think. They see that stuff and it's like it's a divisive wedge for
Yeah.
them. It's a racism
Which is
thing.
actually, you know, that's a good point, because then when Biden loses. When he loses,
Yeah.
black men are going to be getting the brunt of this shit.
Yeah, like black men, where were you at? We needed your vote and you weren't there. Shame on you, black voters. Yeah, it'll be voter shaming.
I hate MSM. Let's look at Jamal Bowman, and please pay attention to the pantomiming.
All right.
This is not just about music. This is about addressing the injustices in our society. Now it's time to organize formally and bring into the halls of Congress the power and the transformative nature of hip-hop culture. Our goal is to make sure the hip-hop community has a seat at the table as we work on federal
That's not
policy.
a thing. He's making up a straw man or whatever that is. That's not a thing. There's no hip hop community. That's like a vague black people, right? That's what that is, right?
Yeah, I think it's more just
hip hop means
pandering.
black, right? Why not just say black?
I think it probably means like young black men. Hip hop community, like he's probably going to start going out to clubs and trying to wrangle people. Is that
Like,
the
imagine
end
if
of the video?
imagine if we had a white congressman out there trying to get a bunch of white
They should
people
do
to
a
go vote.
fucking country caucus. But
I don't know about this guy.
was that the end of the video?
Yeah, it was only 27 seconds.
Oh wow. Yeah, that was like that song sucks. Absolutely crazy.
Oh my goodness.
I find that so much more offensive than not doing anything at all. Like, I haven't seen one person praise that. Even shitlibs, I haven't seen praise that.
We have a comment. What about the Motown community? He's
That's
right.
true.
Hip hop
That's true.
is one style of music, right? It's just one out of thousands. Like, what about the?
I am so scared. Like, I'm
The
scared to
techno
know who's going to be joining this, though. Is the hip hop caucus only elected officials? Is AOC going to come out with like a sideways baseball cap and like big
Oh.
old chains? Like, I don't know what's going on, but like, I'm so scared they're going to start reaching out to rappers and they're going to, like, I swear to you, if Luda goes and fucking join, like, I will fucking lose my shit. Like, don't be taking Luda and people I love. Like, don't do it. But I'm serious. They should do a rock and roll caucus.
Right? Yeah, we need totally.
Like, I'm trying to think of, but see, then you got people like fucking like Bruce Springsteen. He was for Bernie both times, and then when Biden became the nominee in 2020, Bruce Springsteen played shows for Biden, and it's like, have you listened to your own lyrics? Like, have you listened to your lyrics? Because why are you playing for Biden? So that's exactly what would happen. What will happen with the hip hop caucus? I'm sure Jay-Z would be involved because him and Badonkadonks, they're both like huge, like Hillary and Biden people.
Yeah,
As gross as it is.
they've bought in. Speaking of gross, you sent me this link from Hotspot again. Pastor sparks fury by defending rapists.
Oh my God.
I haven't watched this. 48 seconds. Here we go. Let's see what this is.
This pastor justified attacking women in shorts.
You find more women go in those places with shorts than you will women with pants and dresses put together. Try it. If you got time, try it. Have your boy go up there and try it. Just watch for it. Have your girl go up there and watch for it. I used to say this. I haven't said this in a long time. You ready? I said, if you dress like that and you get and I'm on the jury, he's going to go free. I can't help you like I'm right. Because, a man's a man.
After facing massive outrage, the pastor immediately deleted the video and apologized for his words. Despite his apology, many pushed for his resignation, but the pastor still continues his service. This pastor justified.
Still can,
Like,
so people
he-
are still going to the church to listen to him?
Yeah.
What
But
the
he
fuck?
literally just encouraged people to go to the clubs and watch. Count how many girls are in shorts. Count how many. You're
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Have your boy go up there and watch for it.
Like, who the fuck? Like, oh my god.
Gross.
So
Shorts
gross.
don't equal consent. That's true.
Like, Jesus. Good God.
All right. We're at the bottom of the barrel here. We have
That
Trudeau.
wasn't the bottom of the barrel.
we have Trudeau. We know that Russia
Oh,
must
this
win
is
this
the
war.
Ukraine one.
Sorry, that Ukraine must win this war. He's confused.
No, the Trudeau is the Ukraine one.
Yeah. Trudeau. Do you want to talk about East Palestine?
Yes, I do. So yeah, trip number 4 on Saturday. Matt will be there as well. He will be helping me film.
Yes.
And man, so I've been organizing this for a few weeks. So I don't want to say working with, I'm not getting paid or anything, but I've been working with Government Accountability Project. They've been a whistleblower organization for over 40 years. They have helped people like Edward Snowden and Chelsea Manning. And I'm fortunate enough to be in pretty much daily contact with them. And today they sent me a 56-page report on why don't you read what I put?
Okay. Breaking. I just received a 56-page report from the Government Accountability Project, which was sent to the White House Council on Environmental Quality. The WHCEQ confirmed they received it 2 days before the president went to East Palestine, Ohio. So he could have talked about that. But he
There are
didn't.
2 options of what happened. Either they did not brief Biden on what was in it, or they told him and he doesn't give a fuck. They're both plausible. But
Yeah.
it takes a minute to write 56 pages. So there were photos like this. I'm not going to say who she is, but photos like that in it. This is what the water does to people.
Yeah, it says the report includes concerns, injustices, photos of sores on people, graphs, charts, and a myriad of other factual information which should have been addressed but was not. I want a copy of this report actually.
I
need to see this
can't.
too. You can't?
I can. That is not something I can do. It's, follow them on Twitter, Government Accountability Project. They are FOIA-ing a whole, but I mean, like, shit is crazy. It's, it's frustrating that I can't share a lot of it, but it will come out in time. But yeah, they love them some FOIAs, and it is beautiful. So yeah, so I got that today, and I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Because I'm a blind chick, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, even if you don't read the words, there's graphs, there's charts. It talks about people's illnesses, the levels of toxins, like all this shit in there. None of it talked about. None of it. So that brings me to why I'm doing trip number 4 on Saturday. I have been speaking with the residents as usual, and they're understandably really upset because Biden came and met with 3 pre-selected people who we'll talk about that tomorrow night. But when Scott joins me again, but so he didn't talk to the community at all. Biden just came. He talked to, of course, the EPA, who I exposed and was a whistleblower on. And then he talked to these 3 pre-selected people who, one of which has we'll get to it tomorrow night.
Tune in tomorrow night for that.
Yeah, it's going to be a doozy. So we'll be revealing stuff for the first time, some of it. So it's going to be crazy, but I am so honored that I am lucky enough to have these people trust me. But yeah, so I was talking to a lot of the residents, and they were so upset that they didn't get a chance to say anything to Biden. Not thank you for coming, not fuck you, nothing. And did they believe he was going to change anything? Absolutely not. But they wanted to at least be heard. And the more I kept talking to people, and Chrissy, who is from East Palestine, she has been on the show several times. Happy 50th birthday, Chrissy. I love you. And please send her love and prayer. She is in the hospital right now. She had a car accident Saturday night and broke her neck. She said she's coming Saturday, hell or high water. And I'm like, Chrissy, oh my God. But it was her that the last few conversations I had with Chrissy, she is not the type of person who says things like, I don't want to get out of bed in the morning and things like that. That is not Chrissy. And she has been, well, now with the car accident, it doesn't help, but she has been in a very dark place since Biden came. And I noticed a lot of other residents have been as well. And the number one reason is because the bare minimum, the breadcrumbs they expected was the disaster declaration that has been on his desk since fucking July.
Yeah.
That he has not signed. People thought for sure he would at least announce that. No,
because to sign that is to admit that there is something wrong here.
Absolutely.
And it's Biden's job to make sure that everyone knows that nothing is wrong here. And
absolutely.
This is just a PR stunt.
Yeah. What's it say?
Just a PR stunt.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah, it's absolutely fucking egregious. And last week, we did a show that touched on more about the press conference. And last Friday, I had 2 residents on, Sousa and Krista. And it was right after they got home from the Biden event. So it was pretty raw. And so after talking to some of my comrades in East Palestine, I said, you know what? I know I was just there 2 weeks ago, but I'm fucking coming back, and I'm holding a town hall, and all of you guys are going to be fucking heard. I'm not doing this pre-selected 3 people bullshit. You guys come.
Everybody gets to speak.
Whatever the fuck you want. I don't care if you want to get up and you want to scream and you want to say fuck Biden. I don't care if you want to stand up and you say, we're sick. I don't care if you stand up and say we want to be bought out and we want to move. I don't care what you say. This is for you guys to be heard. That's why I'm organizing it. It's the whole fucking point, because they deserve to have a voice. And yeah, maybe Biden doesn't give a flaming fuck, but other people do. So I'll be live streaming it. It'll start at 11 a.m. I have no idea what time I'm going to be doing it to, because I told the people we're not leaving until every fucking person has spoken who wants to speak. period. We'll go all fucking day. I don't care.
We'll stream outside of that building if we have to,
Yeah, I don't fucking care. I mean,
in the parking
like,
lot.
the big announcement of the big guest, even if they can't stay past XYZ,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna keep it going. I'm not gonna do that to them. It's absolutely disgusting the
Yeah,
way
that
they
would
were
be-
disregarded.
Yeah.
And
agree.
last week, if you watch last week's show, you will see Jamie and Ashley and people from my show literally screaming as the motorcade drives by, "Help us! Help our kids! Save our kids!" And the motorcade I just got goosebumps. The motorcade just keeps fucking going. And those people were not even acknowledged. What the fuck? It's better he not come than come and spit in their fucking face. So
Yes.
this is for them, period. You guys know I've said it a million times. They're like my family. And if I have a platform, so I'm going to fucking use it. And people are going to, hear their stories, and they need to be heard, especially over a year in. It's not sexy. I know it's not sexy, but guess what? They're still fucking suffering. It's on us. Like,
is.
this shit is on all of us to keep talking about it. They need help. So yeah, I think we have a funny.
We do. Call me Big Papa. That's funny.
I mean, like, I was a child of the 80s. I love it when they call me Big Papa.
Oh, okay. The reference is lost.
Oh
on me,
my
sorry.
word. Did you
I don't
used to
get-
have these because I know I'm older than you. Did you used to have these toys?
I had the popper thing. Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did? They still
When I
made
was
that?
little. It was,
Huh?
but I knew it was an old toy.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Retro shit. We have a comment that says, hell yeah, when? I think that they're talking about the town hall, which is going to be Saturday,
Saturday, 11 a.m.
11 a.m.
But
Eastern.
I will be announcing the big guest tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. It's not Biden, but it's a million
No.
times better than that. That's all I'm going to say. It's someone, if you're watching this channel, it's someone you probably will actually be excited about.
Mm.
As you should be. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, so tomorrow night,
Tomorrow
Scott
night.
Smith, independent scientist and whistleblower. You've seen him before. You love him. Come back and join 9 p.m. Eastern. He may be bringing a guest I'm not a huge fan of, and it will be very interesting. But he may be coming by himself. I really fucking hope he's not watching this.
Who knows? Who knows what'll
I
happen?
really fucking hope. Well, I was joking with Matt, and I said, "Oh God, if this guy who might be coming on tomorrow night looks at my Twitter, he's never gonna come on." But hey, I'll give anyone a chance. So at the very
Good.
least, Scott Smith will be on tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. So thank you all so much for watching. If you guys are
Thank
on
you.
Twitter or Facebook, please look at my pinned. I am still trying to raise money for East Palestine for mutual aid. I have spent every dime that I've raised so far. So thank you so much. I've bought so many water, furnace, and air filters, all kinds of filters, diapers, baby clothes. I mean, I've bed in a bag, household stuff. I've sent out so much stuff, and it's all because of you guys. If you have a few bucks, or you haven't donated, or you want to chip in a few extra dollars, please do. I am looking to bring cases of water when I go Saturday. residents are still drinking bottled water, still cooking in bottled water, and some are still bathing in bottled water. So it is in desperate need, and the stores absolutely cannot stock it fast enough, which is why I'd like to bring some, because then I can bring it from another area and it's not taking up, their resources. But with, I'm hoping, a number of people come out Saturday. So I definitely want to have something for them. And water is always the biggest need.
Yeah.
So if you can chip in a few bucks, I mean, even $5 is a fucking case of water. I mean, if I raise $100, I can get 20 cases of water. That's huge. Like, that would make a really big difference. I mean, it's temporary. I get it. But I mean, they don't even get the bare fucking minimum.
They're getting no help. And
Zero.
they have to spend their own money and then beg for reimbursement from the railroad
which is
company.
now cut off. So
Which is now cut off. Fucked up.
it's crazy. But yes, I will be making more announcements, but first comes first, tune in tomorrow night, 9 p.m. For my discussion with Scott. So much love, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you, Matt, for joining.
It was my pleasure. Good evening.